Let's take, let's do 5. Let's do 5. Let's do 5 deep breaths before we get started today. 5 deep breaths to get centered in a frequency that is conducive for all the souls that gather today. And if and when you gather today or listen to this digital recorded piece of energy, my intent is for you to only take the things that reside with you, that fill some of the voids that you're experiencing, if you're experiencing voids, to just to remind you of who you already are. I'm not teaching anything. I don't claim to know anything. I just claim to be connected to all that there is. And from this connection, I visualize it as water. Energy is able to flow to me, through me, from me. Some things I can discern with clarity, some things I can't. But we're connected. And that's what's fun. So let's center. Let's connect with each other. I feel people all around my energy field right now, all around it, asking to come in and join me. So I'm going to open up. I'm conscious of this, right? I can feel you. I can see you with my, some would call it astral vision. You're all around my energy field. And this simply happens by you logging on and giving your awareness to me or to us. I can feel you. So I'm going to open up. First breath, we're going to do 5 in. That was 1. Now, when I take these breaths, I am focusing all of my awareness on the breath entering my instrument, my body, charging. I feel it. I see it. I become the breath. This is so vital. And when I exhale this breath, I leave in consciousness, in awareness, the body, and I'm free to flow outside of the prison. Okay, so let's do number 2. Now, the second breath, try to add some of these things. Become the breath. Come into you, inward. Let's come in. Did you get that one? Good. My vehicle is being charged. I'm aligning my different frequencies to one. I'm allowing you in our soul group to join me in energy, as energy. 3. Welcome to another. I'm getting tired of episodes. I don't know if episodes serves me right now. Welcome to another gathering of I'm Conscious Now What. Episode no longer serves me. Welcome to another gathering or merging of conscious energy. Let's get 4. Let's get 4. Welcome. Welcome. It feels good. It feels good. Welcome. It feels good. And it doesn't always have to be, but when I sing, it feels good. Yes, yes. When I sing, it feels good. It doesn't always have to be bubbly for me. You know. Let's do number 5. I'm connected. I'm centered. Are you? Let's do one more together. Let's become the breath that sustains the body. And let's just see where that breath takes us. I'm going to share this. Half of my higher self is here right now. And half of, I'll just use the word, my ego. My repeating, looping energy, the energy that I surround myself in on a daily basis. It's like half and half. I can see it, but it's weird, but I'll decode it. And this is how you can measure me. I'll give you guys that connect your energy with my energy. This is how you can find me and see where I am. I see it right now. Okay. Gonna be kind of weird, but just stay with me. You know, I'm more into my higher self. Okay. When I go live and you don't see like no intro music, you get what I mean? Like the bit, none of that, right? You know, I'm more into my higher self when you don't see like the logo, the blue logo. I'm conscious now. When it's not formatted, when it doesn't seem like a show. You guys get what I'm saying? And like today, I'm like half and half because you can see the blue frame in there, right? That's something that I always do. It's like a habitual habit. You know what I mean? But no show intro. We started off meditating. See, that's coming from a higher part of me. That's not repetitious. It is what it is. So I'm like 50-50 today. Now, last week, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. I can open my eyes. Sometimes I have to get used to opening my eyes when I'm live. Well, I do a whole show with my eyes closed because I can still see now. I'm just seeing frequency. I'm just seeing energy now. But I can still see the outline of this room. The microphone is right here. My camera's here. My eyes are closed. It's energy though, you know, and those of you, you know, who's getting that third eye decalcified, you know exactly what I'm seeing now. A lot of weird energy coming from right over here. And I guess that's the television. Well, yeah, a lot of this is just scrambled over here. This looks like a damn, it's just nasty. Like, I don't even want to go over there. But I want to talk about last week because last week something happened to me that I never even ever experienced before, the way I experienced it. And I'm going to touch on it a little bit. And that's why I didn't give this live stream a title. Okay. I knew this, but I wasn't really, you know, focusing any kind of energy on it. With the new algorithms on YouTube, Facebook, you know, they search for certain keywords in your title, in your description, you know, and they instantly target those keywords when the information or the frequencies are uploaded to their database. They're taking your energy, and it's just artificial intelligence, and they look for certain keywords and topics, and they're instantly on there. I mean, they're on these streams with us. All right. Now, I said something last week, and I'm conscious of it now, that fried another one of my routers. And last week, for the first time, I was summoned. And I don't know why I choose that word, but that's the word. I was summoned to do a live stream last week. Someone actually came into my non-physical realm, merged with me, and communicated to me today. And I'll show up. You know, it was going to be a classic. And I mean, listen, I'm still high off of that. And what made me even higher to know how powerful we are, right? Because once again, I'll say it, I'm a little radical and a lot of people don't like when I say this. I have waken up in a universal dream that a lot of people that I know participate in the non-physical realms. Okay? I have wakened up inside of a universal dream. And I'm going deeper and deeper, and now I'm starting to connect, you see, inside of this universal dream that does not include what we call this physical digital shit here. See, you see what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with doing these hangouts here. We're doing hangouts in the non-physical realm and consciousness. And it's a universal dream that people are waking up in, okay? So anytime you start talking about some of these things, they frying routers. I've been through 3 routers this year where my router actually, one time a router just blew up. Last week, it started smoking, got hot, it was popping. So I unplugged it and I was done. I didn't even try to get back on because I knew what it was. I knew what it was. Now this week, no summons to be here. I'm here because half of me want to be here. And I brought another half with me, my higher self with me by centering. It is what it is. But I just want to talk about what I'm experiencing a little bit. And I'll be the first to tell you guys, when we're using this artificial intelligence, a lot of this shit is watered down. You know, a lot of it is watered down. For me to even deliver the information to you in the way that you need to feel it, which really is, you know, face to face, brow chakra to brow chakra, really feeling me and not being, this internet shit is like picture a water filter, right? You know, you take some toxic water and you run it through this filter, and then, you know, fresh water comes out of the other end and you can drink that water. Well, reverse that. You know, I'm giving you what I would call like this pure energy that I'm experiencing from a non-physical realm. But by the time you receive it through everything that is going through all of these frequencies and shit, by the time you get it, it's so watered down that most of us now, oh yeah, I heard that before. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't feel it. If you were here with me, looking me eye to eye, right? Because I'll go there with you. That's the most intimate thing you could do to a soul, is wake their soul up by looking right into the eye, connecting with them. You'll feel me. You might be uncomfortable and turn away, but you'll get used to it. We'll connect. And then we can exchange data. You can't do that. You can. Those of you who are good, who can connect with me right now, you can. But you will. It's so much watered down. There's a lot of guess. I think I'm feeling, and you know what I mean? All of the channeling over the internet, man, you might be getting 5% of that, and from good channelers. By the time they put it on the internet and go through all of this with the microphone in your face and the headphones, I'm telling you. How do I know this? Because I've experienced both. I experienced me channeling and doing stuff when I'm not live, with no technology around, that, you know, I have boners for days from, you know. And I really wish there was a way that, you know, we could stay connected. There is a way, but this shit is in the way. You get what I'm saying? There is a way if we just stayed in the non-physical realms. If meditation and turning within and astral traveling and astral projection became a mainstream way of communication, which it will be, which it is the organic internet. It is the organic way of communicating, telepathy. You know, I'm talking about universal. I'm not talking about the black cube that we trapped in here. I'm talking about universal communication. It's always been astral travel. In English, astral travel. You can call it something else. And waking up in the dream. It's always been. It's always been. And what's so fucked up now, the same thing that's entertaining us now, reality television. You get what I'm saying? Reality TV, they call it reality TV. And it's all of the drama to get those chakras moving and getting that energy going. You know, that's the same thing that they've done to the dream reality. Okay. The dream really is what we call physical here. You know what I mean? And the real reality, or the real state of beingness, is the non-physical realm. So it's like flipped. You know, we take really the dream, the watered down dream is right now. The real life is without our vehicles, where we can merge. You know what I'm saying? And they flipped it by placing us inside of a cube, or whatever you want to call it. You guys know what it is, what we call a prison. We're limited in these vehicles. We're limited the way that we can communicate in these vehicles. Yes, we are. It's only when we get out, right? When we get out of these vehicles, which takes will and desire. Right now, it takes just as much will and desire as athletes being #1 athletes. You see what I'm saying? We have choices here. It takes the same will and desire as becoming a celebrity in this realm. It takes the same will and desire as becoming a successful businessman in this reality. I'm talking about what they call the awakened state, or the physical. So you guys know where I am. It takes that and then some, because you're competing with reality television, technology, and the internet, which is like the microwave of consciousness. What do I mean by that? The microwaves got so popular because you could just throw something in there, press a button, and bam. You know what I'm saying? You're eating. You don't even know what the fuck is heating up the food. All kind of rays and shit that's throwing your frequency off anyway and killing the food, right? Anyway, instead of you preparing the meal, cutting the onions so you can breathe. You ever smelled that? You know how powerful and positive breathing an onion is? That is, and decalcifying when you cutting up an onion and you cutting up those vegetables, you know, and you're preparing that live food. I ain't talking about nothing dead, right? Them onions, man, is detoxifying you. When you breathe them, you start crying, your eyes start cleansing. It's powerful shit. But what they do, they just give you everything in a little container in aluminum foil. It's already prepared. You throw that shit in the microwave and press a button. And that's what we're eating. That's what we're eating. So they make everything instant for you. Okay. And when it's instant, you heard this saying, anything that comes easy, it ain't worth shit. I had to find that out the hard way on my journey. Anything that comes easy, it ain't worth shit. I don't want it. I don't even want it now. You know what I'm saying? Nah. That's the kind of shit that, you know, some of these entities, and you'll get a lot of that in the astral realms. You'll get these entities that are asked you shit. Hey, how would you like to become the one that's trending right now? How would you like to become a millionaire? Has anyone ran into that does that? The astral beam that looks like that tire man. What's that guy's name? The tire man. You know, they sell tires, and it's a tire man. He's white. That's the closest I can say it looks like to me. And he'll come up to you in his telepathy, and he'll ask you, do you want to be a millionaire? And he goes back and forth with you. If you say, one time I just say, yeah, I want to be a millionaire. And he was like, would you be willing to make an agreement with you? And then I'll be like, what's the agreement? And it'd do something like, I just need to know now. I don't have a lot of time because they don't want you to get it's like some sneaky, deceiving, instant gratification shit. And then I'll just be like, I'm good. You know what I mean? I've seen him like 5 times. I say him because it's like a masculine energy. If it sounds crazy to you, you have, but some of you have experienced this being. And it's just the way it comes to me. It could come to you in a different form because I know it's shapeshift. But it's a lot of that shit, you know, in the astral realms. And there's a lot of that shit in 3 density. But what I wanted to touch on today, I want to get back to talking about creating your own life. Okay? Creating your own realities and taking ownership and taking responsibility. Because, I mean, I might be the first person to tell you this, I might not, but you already creating your life anyway. You are a masterful, brilliant creator. You are building shit that's far beyond what we can even hold in these vehicles. You're creating it anyway. So you might as well take ownership and place your own life in your own hands because you've been doing it all along anyway and not getting credit for it. You know what I mean? You are the creator of your reality. You are a creator. But you have to become lucid to that. What do I mean by becoming lucid to that? Just like some of you, the first time you became lucid, the first time in your dream, that kind of energy shift. It was a shifting of energy when you woke up in your first dream. You felt it. You became lucid. Some of you celebrated. So it just took you to another level. That same lucidness, you have to wake up to. You are the creator. You have to take responsibility of that and be willing to accept anything that comes your way from this present moment, no matter what it is, because things show up in all different forms and things here. But, you know, the illusion will illuminate something or put something into your energy field. It's hard for me to explain that. So I'll give you an analogy. You'll have a dream and you will be way in left field discerning most of your dreams. You know what I mean by that? Because they don't play out. They're symbolic is what I'm trying to say. So some of the things that you see in 3D is some things that you feel and experience is symbolic to what's coming from within. It's like a mirror. You know what I mean? I'm experiencing this right now with my children. I'm mirroring some of the things that they're going through in their life is a mirror to some of the cellular things that I passed down to them. So it's like looking at myself, all like deja vu, you know, and that shit used to piss me off. How can you be so? And then I'm like, well, dog, that's a reflection of your ass that you looking at. You see what I'm saying? With my kids. You know, and there's no way around it. Either you accept it, deal with it, become it, and move through that shit and keep moving on, or you're gonna find yourself in denial. Now, I don't want to get where you guys know I go way out in left field, but creating your own realities. In order to do this, because I'm doing it, there's a lot of people inside of this dream that are doing this, and it is so fucking amazing, man. Life-changing, liberating, you know? Oh God, I wish I could just hack into this artificial intelligence shit and just give it. It's incredible. The only way to participate in this universal dream is you have to let go of the laws that you've placed in your heart, what you call laws. See, my stuff is simple. I don't make it. I know exactly how I got here and how I'm doing. And I don't claim to be shit. I'm just connected. And no one can take that. I'm nothing but consciousness connected to this infinite being of awareness. And I can go to and from just using my will and desire. If I'm patient and my will and desire is strong enough and I'm detached from this shit. This shit. I use it now, but as you guys notice, not like I used to. Not like I used to. because I know there will be a time in the illusion of time where I'm just going to have to turn this shit off. I'm not going to fuck with this no more. I already know that. It's already in my heart. I know I have to let go of this. I know in order for me to truly create my own realities, which I'm doing right now, right? And I'm very excited about this because my excitement for this is like, here go the two realities. And normally this is your walking state reality as far as dominance. The higher, the more dominance. Now, here's what you will call your dream. Some of you, damn, I got to get my hand in the shot. It's really higher. Here's your walking state, what you call the walking now. And here's your dreams down here. This is the gap in a lot of people. Walking reality, going to work, making money. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit. All that survival mode shit in the cube. That shit is way up here. Now here's your dream state or your, non-physical. It's way down here. My shit is doing this now. To the point that these motherfuckers would try to medicate me now. Because they want to keep me bound. They want this down here, and they want, why you ain't in Bitcoin? And hey, that's what they want. Why you ain't out here, going to college? Why you not talking, they don't want us talking about. Imagine you creating your own reality. And here's the thing about it. You can start right now by just closing your eyes and thinking, turning off all of this shit. All of this shit, even this live stream that we're doing right now, all this shit does is just gives you options that are not your own. So you find yourself in a reality that's created from a collective consciousness, but it's driven by things that we see in images. On social media, on the internet, you notice there's the same topics. When something happens, there's usually the same topics. Trending news, trending consciousness. Now, don't take this the wrong way. Okay? It's not a good or bad thing. All right? But you have to accept it. It's not yours. Okay? This is how we got so fucked up. This stuff is being given to you and you're claiming it and making it your own, like religion and what they call the new age and all of these different, sectors or boxes or cubes. My thing, what I'm telling you and what I'm saying to you today, I'm telling you, become independent and create your own and live inside your own. I'm telling you. Stop that call. Start creating your own. Even if you have to start from just seeing a little light. That's the start, seeing the light and connecting to that light at first. You don't have to, try to be where someone else is. I started with just a little light. I started from darkness. That was the first, my journey began when I was able to sit in what I call the void. And I was talking about that last week when my router blew up. And it's something about that void that they don't like us talking about. So I ain't gonna drive it home today, but that void is a bad, special place. I'm telling you, when you can start from the void, nothing can stop you. Think about that. Think about those of you who can start from nothing. I can give you a pen and a blank sheet of paper and you can just start creating. You don't have to trace. You get it? Yeah, here it is. Like you watch in 3D or 4D, right? In the physical. You watch a man just pick up a pencil and he's sitting at a fair, or how you go out to those places and he just looking at something and he's just creating. He just drawing it. He don't need no kind of template or no, he's just drawing. He just looking at you, what he's seeing, he's creating. You see what I'm saying? That's what we can do. And when you do that, and when you take responsibility of your life, I'm telling you, it takes so much. How can I explain it? I can't explain it that way because some of you don't like to sit in a room all by yourself. You need people around you. You're like a litter still, like a litter of kittens and puppies. You need people around you. You haven't grown to a point where you can just sit in your own energy and create. So I'm trying to, so you'll understand it. But I don't have the English. I know what it feels like. I don't have the words for that. So I'm going to leave that alone, because that was taking me to that's a whole big ball of energy that it'll just, anyway, creating your own realities, that you are the, man, you're the star, you're the director, you're just taking control of your thoughts, and you're focusing on things that you want, that you will and desire. And when other things pop up, it's just a matter of when they pop up. If they no longer serve you, then it's just about using your telepathy, because you don't even have to speak. You're just thinking. The ability to think and not be thought for, listen, it's so bad now that when you don't know something, you don't sit there and think and pull it up. You fucking ask Siri. I mean, this shit is so deep. I'm telling you what's going on. When you don't know something, you jump on the internet, right? And you start searching. I'm telling you, you are so fucking incredible and amazing. I have a GED. You can ask me something. If I sit still long enough, I can access the information from either another incarnation. Some people call it the Akashic records. I can get the information from my mind, or it might be what someone just told me and I stored it. You think Google was created? We created Google from what? Our thoughts, what we search. You see, they got all of the data to make these supercomputers from us. What my will and desire, and I don't know if it's going to happen in this incarnation, is for us to get beyond the law that was placed in this cube that we're in. The laws, what we call the law here. There's certain laws that we can't break, right, as citizens, that they break every day because they created that law. So when you start creating your own realities, you have to go outside of the laws mentally. Did somebody get that? Not physically. Mentally. I'll give you the perfect example. We got kind of a younger audience, but there's a lot of this going on. A lot of this is going on. The system that's in place now, one that's real big with the war between masculine and feminine energy, is the court systems. And I've become a victim to this. I have a felony right now from back child support payments, and my kids are grown right now. You see, they gave me a felony for not sending them the amounts of money that was agreed on when I was probably making a lot more money than I was making now. You know what I mean? That I became so angry and oh man, that's a horrible energy, that friend of the court, right? But what I'm trying to say is we have to go higher than those laws and understand why those laws are put there, to keep the families separated. You know what I mean? If the families were together, if we were, choosing soulmates instead of fuck buddies, right? A lot of us wouldn't even be in those situations. If we, knew how important our seed or our sexual energy is, that life force energy, as far as creating, right? We wouldn't be shooting up everybody's club. We would cherish our seeds, right? And same with the women. They would cherish their wombs, which is the womb, the woman, the womb man. Powerful shit. But like everything is just what it is now. And it's going to always be what it is. But we've accepted an illusion, a strong delusion. We live inside of a cube. It's cube. It's true, right? We live inside of a cube, and I'm talking about energy and frequencies. And I'm in a cube right now in my room. It's a fucking cube. But we live in a artificial simulated reality. You should understand that right now. What is the simulation? It's what we call the internet. The internet is driving the planet right now. They had some shit come up last week. They was talking about the fourth. And you know, there's a part of me that because I got a channel called Fucked Up Perspective. All right. But I'll be the first to tell you that is just for that's like conscious entertainment for me. I would rather watch conscious entertainment than some of that shit that's on the internet. You know, at least I can see their perspective and kind of understand or try to feel like, why do they feel this way, or how did they get to that point? And not shit on them, but okay, that's your perspective, right? But the way they view reality now, it's just fucked up. What reality is now, if you could really see this shit, in this reality that they've been pushing for thousands of years, there's only one spot. It's a pyramid. To understand this, and all you have to do is just don't play that game no more. Be cool wherever you are, wherever you land in this spectrum of energy. Be able to center there. That's all. But it's a pyramid, and only one person can be at the top. It's designed that way. And so we have this reality that's simulated by everybody trying to get to the top. And the only happiness is an illusion, because the illusion says that the only happiness is when you're at the top. So everybody that's not at the top, you're fighting this whole incarnation, right? Competing and working out and all of this shit. This shit is crazy when you see it's just a game, right? Trying to get to the top, only to get to the top to find out that now everybody is fucking against you now. Because you're at the top. And everybody wants to be at the top. And it's lonely as fuck at the top. Especially if you're not a creator. So now you at the top. You got all of this money, but you can't even fucking go out of your house. Right? You can't even do some of the things that ordinary quote unquote citizens can do. Right? You got bodyguards, a secret service. You got all of these people guarding you. And here's the worst part of it. You hate who you are, so you can't even sit with yourself. Damn. That's that top spot of the pyramid that everybody's fighting for. So what did I do? I fought. I went through incarnation, fighting, trying to get to the top, trying to be number one, only to fail. Then I fall and I get back up, and I kept competing and and it's funny because my life was supposed to be 2011, but when I look, because I made more money than I ever made in this incarnation in 2011. I was making some fucking money, y'all. I'm telling you, the money was coming in so fast that I couldn't even enjoy it, right? That was the fucking worst year of my life. Why? Number one, I was a whore. I was an alcoholic. I was a compulsive gambler. And I was being somebody that I wasn't. I was just acting. I was playing a role, just like some of the celebrities or the actor. You know what I'm saying? And I was miserable. Then the next year I got audited. So, because I didn't pay the taxes on all of this money that I had. It's a vicious system, you know? I didn't know nothing about paying taxes. I never made that kind of money before. So the following year, they took all of the money from me in taxes. So now I'm back on the bottom of the pyramid, and now I'm looking up trying to fight to get back up there. So when you experience it, that's why life is an experience. So when you've been on the top and you've been on the bottom, you kind of find your, right? You kind of learn how to center. That's why centering is so important, because when you center, you're balanced. So here, I like to find myself right in the middle of the top of the pyramid and the bottom of the pyramid. I just stay right in the middle and observe everything and just live the life. I don't have to have $1 million in my account to be happy. You know what I mean? I don't have to, you know, what they say, had the, and I don't want to say this because I don't want to disrespect, but y'all know I don't have to have what America perceives as the baddest bitch in the world to be happy. You know what I mean? I got a beautiful soul being that will light up the fucking sky when she smiles. You know, she don't have to have the biggest ass, or, you know what I'm saying? The weaving, she don't have to have that. All she has to do is smile and let me feel that energy and light up my day. You know what I mean? But there was a time in my life that I had to have that, you know, and getting that woman with, whoo, and women can say the same thing. When you grab one of these celebrity men, they're going to take you there, right? Because of ego. And when you grab one of these celebrity women or internet celebrity women, they're going to take you there because they demand a certain amount of energy from you. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, we bouncing around all over the place today, but I'm going to go over here to the chat. And I'm going to open the phone lines up today, too. If you want to call in, you could call in 734-230-2744. It's kind of like a freestyle, but I don't like pushing the audience here. We meet up on I'm Conscious Now What, and we, you know, we try to raise the level of consciousness, just raising it. What do I mean by that? To get out of some of the life loops and some of the cubes that we've been trapped in and just explore different things, you know? So I was talking about the laws that keep you from creating your own realities. And some of those laws are, they keep you in this box, man. I had so much shit in my box. That's why I'm like the expert of this shit, you know. I had so many different things in my box that would not allow me consciously to leave that box. I mean, I just was so, it made me feel so uncomfortable. I would just cower in corners of all of these boxes. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't have this a certain kind of shoe on your foot, or if you don't wear a certain name brand, or if you don't make a certain amount of money, or if you don't, you know, not up on the latest top or whatever is it. Some of you still need that shit, and it's not a good or a bad thing. I'm just taking you to the core of that, right? That's going to keep you in a box. All right? It's okay to have shit. Have whatever you will and desire. But when it gets to the point of, and this is anything, right? This is what you're going to find out in this life journey. When you depend on anything to any certain one thing to what you would call exists, meaning if this doesn't exist, you don't exist, you're limiting yourself. That sounded fucked up, but when you depend on anything to be you, then you don't know who you are, because you are everything. When you have to narrow something down like to one, I can't be happy until I hit the lottery or the number, or I can't be happy until I find my husband, or I can't be happy until I get me a girl with a, you know, or I can't be happy till I get my money up and get in this certain car. Or you get what I'm saying? Man, that's fucked up. That's fucked up, because think a bit about it. When will you be happy? And one of the most common things that I see people snared in, and it took me a while to get out of this. This one is the money snare. The money snare is tricky. The money snare is tricky. And a lot of people sell their souls out for money. Now, what does sell their souls out mean? All right, I know a lot of you, especially if you came up in the religious background like I did. Selling your soul meant that you would actually give your soul up and be somewhere burning in fire and brimstone forever and ever. That's not what selling your soul out really means. Selling your soul out is you agree, you have soul contracts and you agree to certain things in certain incarnations, and you're paying back certain karmas with your solar energy. You see what I'm saying? It's so much deeper than that. Just like the little fucker who I was telling you earlier, who be in the astral realms trying to barter for your energy. Do you want to be a millionaire? You see what I'm saying? You have to make a soul. It's all about your energy. See, the universal money or the universal wealth is energy. The universal language is music. See, they didn't twist and tweak everything. They got us thinking now, and now the next big thing is cryptocurrency. But you got to understand, why don't I get excited about cryptocurrency? Because they controlling it with the B system, with their internet. You can't spend the cryptocurrency unless you're logged on to this bullshit. And it's really gonna hurt a lot, especially like the black market. And when I say black market, I don't mean by color, the underground stuff. You know, some of the best stuff on the planet is bought underground without the government knowing about it. Everybody know that. I ain't saying nothing that you didn't know unless you like 14. Yeah, 15. And you'll learn. You know, so this new Bitcoin thing, you know, ride the wave, ride the wave. Don't take it serious, but it's not going to get better with Bitcoin as far as the currency, as far as this still, because, you know, your perception of power would be the person with the most Bitcoins. What about the person that doesn't have a lot? You see what it's the same thing. You just transferring the power from one of these 13 families to another. When it's all said and done, and I know people, no, this ain't controlled by the federal government. Well, who is it controlled by? It's going to be a new elite family, right? The universal wealth is energy. It always has been, but they got us focusing on physical, and now it's going to the virtual reality money. It used to be a physical, tangible money, but now it's getting even more complex because now we're going to have to log on to this shit to get paid. You ain't going to be able to make money unless you own this system. It's coming. They don't know how many times you fart with this technology. You know? I saw some shit the other day that, and one of my favorite movies was Minority Report with Tom Cruise. I was big in movies back then. And now, I'll be damned, Tom Cruise technology is here. I just saw this. Somebody actually sent me this video. I'm going to do it on Fucked Up Perspective. And I will be doing some more videos on Fucked Up Perspective today. They sent me this video where they're predicting crimes already, where you can catch a case and get locked up if they think by your habitual habits on the internet, by the things that you post on your social media, and they're watching you, your text messages, your phone conversations, the shit you buy from the store, from your credit. All of this shit is a big spider web of energy that points back to you. The technology is here. And, you know, I don't get excited about it. I'm not raining on somebody. There's a lot of you who are techies, and it's cool. Do you? I don't get excited about it because my freedom comes from the non-physical realms. So, of course, I'm going to be biased toward the non-physical realms. I'm more centered in the non-physical realms. I feel more alive in the non-physical realms. And somebody just said, that was a great question. Somebody just said, fuck it. Why don't you just stay in the non-physical realms? Time and place for everything in the illusion of time. I still have things that I have to learn here. You know, that's why. Time and place, everything in the illusion of time. I'm still learning I'm still learning how to work with this love, this unconditional love. I'm still transitioning into this love frequency. You know, and people think that love is just all, love comes in a lot of different vibrations. You know? Love comes in a lot of different vibrations. I wouldn't know what love was if I didn't experience my first marriage. You see what I'm saying? I would never even know what love was. You get it? Yeah, I had to go through that first marriage, and it just wasn't my first wife's fault. It was just as much as my fault as it was her fault. But I'm sure she knows what love is now too. You get what I'm saying? So these are the experiences that we go through in life. And we have to learn how to let go of things that no longer serve us. Why are we? So I used to do it. I don't do it as much now, but I don't want people to think that I'm pointing my finger at you. So why do we store up all of this bullshit that no longer serves us? And we wonder why we feel so heavy and weighed down and can't get out of body and can't wake up in the dreams and can't use our telepathy. Because we storing shit. We hoarders. Shit that no longer serves us. Let it go. It's cool. Be open for new stuff. Why is your life so boring? Because you're not open to receive new shit that's all around you. You're doing the same thing every day. You're waking up, you're turning on your cell phone or you're turning on your computer and you just downloading bullshit basically, day in and day out. You no longer can entertain yourself with your imagination. And guess what? I was there too. I was to the point where I could no longer, my love for myself wasn't enough love for me. Like right now, my love for myself is all I need to exist because I love myself now. You guys know what I mean by that? I love myself, every aspect of myself, my shadow self, my light self, my physical self. I love myself. And just that love enough is enough to sustain me from hitting that motherfucking reset button, that suicide button. Because we all are experiencing a lot of different shifts, you know? But when you learn how to depend on yourself, right? Then you can start lifting up other people. And this shit will happen. This is not like no guru status or nothing like that. It'll just happen. You'll have enough energy to start lifting up every other people. It'll just happen. People will just flock to you. Your energy. People know and can feel when you love yourself. I love myself now. Everything about me. Because without the downs, there would be no ups. Without the ups, there would be no downs. You understand what I'm saying? Without me starting over rock bottom 5 times, I know the value of souls and beings. I know what it feels like to be hurt. I know what it feels like to be loved. I know what it feels like to be molested and raped. You see what I'm saying? I know my divine feminine energy. I've been in it. You get it? And I know my masculine energy when I have to take a stand. You see what I'm saying? So I've experienced so much that it molds you into this multi-dimensional being where you're able to experience the life more than just one way. You guys know what I'm talking about. There's some very bright souls, and some of the brightest people that I meet, you know, they have a diverse assortment of friends, all different kind of beings, masculine, feminine, black, white, Asian, you just they open. They living a life. They living a life. And I heard, I gotta put this. Somebody remind me to put this on fucked up perspective. I heard the most fucked up perspective in my top. This will be in my top 10. Somebody said that they used an analogy of the animals all staying together. Like the lions don't fuck tigers, and you know, they stay together. And the horses don't, you know, but you I love you people. You guys make this so fun with some of your perspectives. But we are the human race. We are the human race. We're humans. You know what I'm saying? And we come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. We're the human being race. You get what I'm saying? So, of course, we're not going to try to fuck horses. They're not in our race. We're human beings in this form. Okay? So dogs are a canine being. Now they can cross over, you know, like the dogs and the wolves. There's certain that they, but that analogy was just so fucked up. You don't see the tigers fucking the giraffe. You get what I'm saying? No. The reason why the blacks stay with the blacks and the Chinese stay with the Chinese is because we're in survival mode as a species now, because of the powers that be has separated everything. Right? So we stay in spaces that are common. You see what I'm saying? And that's like that survival mode. I'm gonna stay with black because I'm black. You know how narrow that is, though. When you really think about it, when you just think about all of the cultures out there, for you to only know one culture is so narrow. For you only to know, that's just like taking one side of a story and just running with it, not even asking the other party their side of the story. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm about the life. The soul can express itself in any being on the planet Earth. One other thing I wanted to slide in about Earth. I got this vision of Earth. I just want to get it in today. And if you feel led, I will take a call if you feel led. I turn the phones on. If you guys feel led, I'm not going to pressure anybody to jump on here. If you feel led, we're doing good. And then I'm going to jump over to the chat. I got this vision of Earth. And it was so cool. It'll kind of dilute the prison planet title that's been put on Earth. Okay. I got this vision of Earth and I got to try to kind of pull it. I'm gonna give you probably about 60% of what I experienced, because I saw Earth for what it is. All right. And I didn't see any shapes or spears or flat or nothing like that. I just knew why Earth is so vital in the universe. Yeah, I'm going to try to deliver this. All right, check this out. Don't excuse the language because it's already watered down. Earth is a bad motherfucking place. Not bad as in good and bad, but Earth is like the ghetto of the universe. Picture that. Earth is hey man, they say if you can survive in New York, you can survive anywhere in the world. And I'm sure there's some places where you guys live that is rough there. Okay. Earth is the ultimate ascension program that a lot of souls have to go through to experience different attributes of the life. And when you get sent to the Earth, it's some of the most hideous shit in the entire universe happens on the face of the Earth. Think about it. Now we can make it whatever we want, right? But the actual, when you first get here, right, you don't know who you are. You don't know that you're conscious. Think about all of the incarnations. Just think about how powerful it is now that we know, a lot of us, we know who and what we are. We waking up inside of the dream. But imagine when you first start incarnating to the Earth. See, a lot of us, we are ascending. We are ascending out of the Earth, right? I don't know at this point if I'm incarnating again. I would like to say that I'm not, but if I wanted to keep it 100% real, I don't know. Every day I changed. Every minute I changed. But the earth, when you ascend from the earth, when you graduate and you're able to shed this vehicle and go, oh man, oh, it's going to be a hell of a celebration for you. It's going to be a lot of beings, you know, talk about, I won't say job placement, but consciousness placement. You know, when you go to school and you graduate from different things, all of these, oh, when you coming from the earth, whoo, yeah, because you've been through a lot of I tell people all the time, it's easy. What you defy as death, man, that's so easy. It take will and desire to live. It take will and desire to inherit every day. What they call a day. Every day is a new life. Fuck yesterday. It don't exist in consciousness. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Have to learn how to listen. Your mind gonna get fucked either way. It's gonna get fucked by the internet, right? If you're watching the internet, it's gonna get fucked in real life. You might as well mind fuck yourself. Not in a hurtful way, but you might as well program yourself. You might as well. You might as well. Because either you're going to learn how to create your own thoughts, create your own realities, create your own existence, accept it, accept that wherever you are in your life right now, you are there because you wanted to be there. And I know that's hard for, but no, you know, I'll just use myself as, you know, I use myself so people can get this. No fucking way. I didn't ask to be molested at 5 fucking years old. I wanted to, you know, it had to happen. You know why it had to happen? Without saying any names, I have probably talked to over between 5,000 and 10,000 people who were molested as a child that were thinking about blowing their fucking brains out until they heard this little, you know, outspoken person on the internet talking about what happened to them. So I had to, you see what I'm saying? That's something that I agreed to go through in my incarnation, in my soul contract to be here on earth, because I had to agree. Look, yeah, I know I fucked up. I know I'm far from love. I know you love me. I love you, source. I know some things that, okay, I'll go to earth to make this right, to pay off some of this karma. I'll go to earth and I'll endure all of these things to make this right. And this is how many other souls that I'll pay back some of this karma, some of these things that I created. You see what I'm saying? I'll do that. And here I am. You see? Earth. Earth is bad. Earth is bad, man. But we surviving. You're surviving. Don't worry about the dogs. They just spoiled. They hear me up here. You're surviving. It's easy to die. You're living. You're ascending. You're graduating. Your vibration is rising every day. You making it. You fucking amazing. You. Are you kidding me? You're living. Right? Yeah, listen. Let me tell you how powerful you are. You're living right now in the quote unquote end times that some of these books written about. You are a bad. You know how, man, come on now. You're amazing. You're strong. You're right where you're supposed to be. Yeah. So don't, you know, relax. And stop looking on other people's plate. I don't look on, if I'm looking on your plate, is because I might want to try something I'm not looking on your plate to say, okay, this person got this on their plate. I'm looking on your plate like if it's food, another analogy. I'm looking on your plate to see what else I can experience. Oh, what is that? I'm not measuring your success by what's on your plate or what you driving. We know that's an illusion. Right? All right, let me go over to the chat real fast. I love you guys. I love you guys for adjusting to the energy from I'm conscious. Now what? We're changing every day. Just accept it. Every day is a new life. I keep telling you guys this. Let go of the shit from what you call yesterday. Every time you enter back into your vehicle, you're coming with fresh consciousness. It's a new life. You die. What they call death happens to you every night. When your consciousness shifts from your physical body to your non-physical body. You're dead. Flatline. You don't believe me? Wake up too quick and tell me if you can fucking move. Your nerves, you're dead. You ain't moving your legs. They call it sleep paralysis. Until that consciousness gets back and triggers, like just like booting that cell phone up. Same thing. That's where we are here. We are the consciousness inside of these bodies. All right. All right. So Wolfie plays. Wolfie, thank you. I'll change it. Thank you. Import tie-in. It was important. It was that important that I misspelled it. I misspell a lot of shit. Thank you for that, Wolfie. What up? Freestyle. Sebastian. What's up? What's up? What's up? Thanks for being here. Desire everything spiritual, says Derek. I get the same dark circle, or will you get that starts small and gets bigger? You said you go through it. How the hell do you do that? Laugh out loud. I can't go through mine. All right. So I'm picking up that you're talking about the little vortex that I get. All right. I'm going to tell you how I got good entering vortexes. That's just what I call them. It's like a circle of energy. You'll see it. All right. I got good at entering vortexes because it's a lot of them too that take you. I'm talking about you don't even need psychedelics or DMT to do this stuff. You don't. You don't. I've never did DMT, but I've heard, especially from my little brother, Ryan Cropper. I heard from some of his DMT trips, and I do the same thing. Same colors, same different spaces, and the same thing, right? Because I learned how to enter these vortexes. Super easy to do. You can do it by sun gazing. Now, I've said this before, and people hear me, and people start off sun gazing, and then you stop, all right? The best times to sun gaze is at sunrise and sunset. The sun, from what we know, okay, is a big, massive collective energy. All right. And at sunrise, it's like at the perfect frequency. I'm not one of these scientist guys that they can give you all the frequencies. You can look directly into the sun. And let me tell you what it's doing. It's actually charging your astral or your etheric body. It's also decalcifying the third eye. It's also distributing information. You are actually downloading information from the sun. You don't know it at first. All of this shit happens on its own. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to try to figure this out. You'll know. You'll know. Trust me. So you'll get to the point when you first start sun gazing. Only do it for like 30 seconds the first time because the sun is powerful. All right. You don't want to stay in the sun too long in the beginning because you're not used to taking on that much energy through your third eye. So you could get lightheaded or have like a headache or like feel nauseous in the beginning. That's a lot of energy. You're not used to it. It's kind of like a short circuit, you know? So the first time you sun gaze at sunrise or sunset, you'll know because the sun, it'll look like a dark orange, like dark orange. Okay. Now, a lot of people teach how the sun gaze different. I never stare directly into the sun with my two physical eyes. I don't. I used to when I didn't know what I was doing, and you know, it can really do damage to your eyes. Okay. I learned how to look into the sun with my third eye. And those of you who know how to, and this is why this is important. This is why I'm telling you this. I learned how to focus with my third eye by simply, and all of this is on the early videos of I'm Conscious Now What, by staring into the candle. See that little flame on that candle? That's how I learned how to visualize and focus with a candle. Okay, that's how I activated my third eye for the first time, and that's how I learned how to hold that focus, because I would stare at that candle until I would connect with that candle. And that is, it's just a technique. It's great for visualization and focus. Okay, but don't PHUCK with the candle if you're not ready to activate and open up the third eye. I know all of this sounds good on the live stream when you hear the stories and things like that, but if you still struggle with fear and you're still grounded in some deep-rooted matrix systems, then I would say open the third eye when you got a little more freedom. Why do I say that? Because if you got to go to work every day and be around certain people that want you to be programmed at a certain frequency, okay, as soon as you activate that third eye, you're going to bleed through. Bleeding through means you're going to see non-physical things and physical things at the same time. Some people can take that shit and stay normal. Like myself, I see shit in here right all the time. Don't bother me no more because I'm used to being in the non-physical realm. But if you're a person that you're not used to seeing, you're going to be, oh, shit. You're going to freak out. You're going to be freaking people out. They're going to medicate your ass. It's happening all over the planet right now. People opening up that third eye and they're not ready, right? And they're bleeding through. They are seeing people. You see them all the time walking down the street. Some people do this by opening up the third eye, and a lot of people are experiencing this from psychedelics. You know, psychedelics aren't bad, but if you're not ready to use psychedelics, and if you're not connected with a group of beings that know exactly what this psychedelic was made for, the frequency of this psychedelic, and educate you, kind of like the ayahuasca, right? They got some great programs with ayahuasca, but you got to be ready. You got to be ready to take those spiritual molecules. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so don't even do the candle, because the candle was going to work. It worked. My wife opened up her. A lot of people use my candle. I got a lot of inboxes with that candle. But I go to say all of that to say this. Staring at the sun and visualizing looking at a candle gives me the ability, when I see these little vortexes spinning, I just lock them into my third. Like when you play a video game and you got that little scope, you know what I'm talking about? You want to lock that vortex right in the center of your third eye, and just use your third eye and just lock in on it. Okay. And what'll happen is your consciousness, I'm just telling you the nitty gritty of what happens. All right. Because you're visualizing what I'm saying is like you're getting up and getting sucked into this vortex. No, what happens is your awareness transfers from wherever you are into that vortex. Your awareness goes into the vortex, and what happens is, depending on how your dream scene changes or the feeling that you get, because everybody is different, what happens is a whole new reality is on the other side of that vortex. So you'll get visuals, you'll get symbols, you might hear shit, you might be in a whole different setting, you know, but that's how you enter it. It's just focusing on the vortex, locking into that vortex. It'll start spinning and it'll come right near you, and your consciousness will go through and you'll be on the other side of whatever that is. It's from visualization and focus. All right. I'm gonna wrap this up in a minute. Okay, so Wolfie says, I always wonder, I like reading these chats. I always wonder what Derek is looking at when he's not looking at the chat. My imagination. Like I'll turn right now. Like right now, this is what I'm looking at. I ain't looking at shit. I'm inside of my head. I'm just inside of my head. There's nothing here. There's a microphone right here. I'm just inside of my head. Whatever, some people call it channeling. I'm pulling from my imagination. I ain't looking at nothing. Yeah, so Wolfie says probably a wall, a mirror. Nah, I'm just in my head. All right. Bolox Maggie says, man, I was having a fucking shit day, but you're raising my vibrations right now. Hey man, peace and love. And it's just, you know, I just do what I do. You know, I just, you know, and a lot of you watch, whatever you want to call it, my ascension or my changing, you know, I started off very, you know, what's the word? We all learning this shit together. We all experiencing different shit. But one thing about me is, my intent, I wanted to be transparent to all energies. And at the time when I said that, it was easier to say that than do that. You know, I just, you know, because when you think of consciousness, and I used to hear people talk about how infinite consciousness was, and I'm like, oh shit, I want to experience all of that shit, you know, because in this incarnation has been so narrow kind of for me. You know what I mean? It's just been, you know, Detroit City, you know, growing up in the hood for me. So it was so narrow. So my escape from what I encountered in this incarnation, I want, hey, I raise my hand. I'll be in the experiment. I want to be transparent to all frequencies. But little did I know how many different frequencies that was. High, low, in between, you know. Hey, but I'm good. I'm good. I like being well-rounded. I like being able to be around all different types of energies and interact with all different types. My being list is getting a little broader now, you know. Been interacting with a lot of different beings in the astral realms. You know, I remember when you guys used to ask me, do I see beings in the astral realms? And it was like only 3. I think it was a reptilian that one time, and some incubus and some succubus. Yeah. Oh man, it's regular now. It's my outer body experiences now are, especially when I'm on raw now too. Raw is, I'm sold on raw. What do I mean by that? I would always hear a lot of people talk about how important diet is, right? But then I would kind of shit on that because everything is genetically modified. You know what I mean? So, because if you're not growing your own food and you don't know what you're putting in the ground, you know what I mean? Just like this marijuana shit that's out there now. I got a product on it. This medical marijuana. I deal with a lot of dispensaries in Detroit for one of my products that I created. All of this marijuana is genetically modified. It's not an original strand. It's a genetically modified marijuana that the government says, okay, we're going to let them smoke, but they're going to smoke our shit because they want you at a certain frequency. Listen, your body does not, you don't plug your fucking body into an electrical circuit and charge, right? No, that's not how you charge your body. You charge your body by the foods you put in it. Live foods, electric foods. This is something that we have to be educated on. And you know, I had to drive this home because I was a glutton. I was eating McDonald's, all kind of shit, right? So now just think about this with the marijuana. You got to get this. You got to get this if you smoke weed or marijuana. How can you, it's the same, the marijuana is a plant. So if you won't eat a fucking genetically modified orange or banana, or, you know what I'm saying? Why would you smoke toxic, genetically modified marijuana plants? Hello? It's genetically modified. They'll, if in the medical marijuana world, they'll say, what strand is this? What strand? How strand? Flu strands. What strain is this? What clone is this? You get what I'm saying? That's now, if you smoking medical marijuana, I'm telling you, you smoking toxic shit. And you listen, I'm learning a lot. I knew about the medical marijuana stuff. I know a lot about organic. And you're going to have to find somebody that has an original strand of marijuana. You know what I mean? That the frequency, I can't go too deep on that. Y'all know why. I can't. But don't smoke that genetically modified marijuana. Don't smoke that shit. This shit has so many fucking chemicals in it. And they growing that shit with lights. They growing that shit with the lights that I light up my rooms to do my videos with. There's no energy, organic energy in it. So you're getting high off the chemicals. All right. And I say that to say diet is so important. I'm sold on the raw diet. I'm going to end at this. Here's why I'm sold on the raw diet, okay? Even if this pepper is genetically modified, if this was a last resort, because my wife got this from, supposed to be an organic food market. Even if, but here's the one thing I'll show you how I know it's not. You see them? No, let me let you see it. Hold on. Okay, I know I'm a little ghetto. Can you see in there? Hold on. This is how you know. All right. You see them seeds? That's how you know. See them seeds in there? Seeds. Seeds in the oranges. Seeds in the melons. Seeds in the grapes. Seeds. Some fruits, if you're not conscious of this, you'll be eating apples with no seeds. You will buy seedless grapes. You'll buy seedless melons. Some people don't like seeds. Nothing grows organically without a seed. Okay? And even if you have the seed, because somebody be like, well, the marijuana has seeds. The light, the sun, man. The sun. The sun, the same sun that I was telling you that downloads information into you. You download information from the sun. Right? So your fruits have to have that energy, that life force energy from the sun to feed you. All right. No call-ins. Hey, man. I ain't mad at you guys. I love you guys for being here. I'm going to finish up in the chat. I'm going to finish up with my live chat. I love my little chat. I get buckets. What's up, man? I get buckets says, funny. I just started producing and creating instrumentals, and the name Void of Thought came to me the night before your last live stream about the void. You connected, man. You connected. That's just me reminding you of something that you're already connected to. That don't surprise me, man. You connected. Mercy says void is a good word. Let me catch up. Okay, so Mercy has a question. Hey, Derek, off the subject, but what color is that on your wall? I like its lively looks, like leapfrog. If you know, please let me know. Are you talking about the actual color on the wall, which is like a cream, or are you talking about like the green like color? That's a great question. But to be perfectly honest, I don't know the actual color texture of the paint. My wife would, though. I think my wife actually painted my office and did the woodwork and the stain. All right. Wolfie Play says, I'm really good at making vortexes. It's a nice teleportation method. Yep. To get around places, to visit people's dreams. Yep. Mindscapes. Yep. Antonio, peace and love to you. Matthew Moore, peace and love to you. Let's see. All right, I think we caught up. All right, soul group, it's been good. It's actually 222 right now. We connected, baby. 2222. Let's go out. Let's just go out with a let's be spontaneous. Let's just go out. Let's just go out with a visualization. Since we were talking about vortexes, let's just create one. For some of you, this might be your first time creating a vortex. All right. Now, the way that and Wolfie just touched on this in the chat, the way I get to my vortexes is through the fastest way I know how. Now, depending on how good your visualization skills are, there's some of you have great visualization skills and you can just close your eyes and you can just create a vortex from your visualization. But those of you who are just starting off and your thoughts are kind of scattered, you kind of feel like you're out of alignment. You know what I mean? I always recommend centering and rhythmic breathing. Okay. Everything I do, I would say I'm fundamentally sound with the basics. You get it? I keep it simple. I can show anybody what I do to center. And I always start off breathing. Okay. And when you get to the point, you'll know what you mean. Just like when you work out, they say you need to breathe when you're working out, when you're running. There's a rhythm. Here we go. I'll make this simple. Those of you who run, you know, when you run and you get that rhythmic breathing, right? When you know what I'm talking about? There's a rhythmic breathing that will actually activate vortexes. You'll activate them from your breathing, right? What I think it does is when you get enough of this energy that you're breathing in, they call it prana. When you get that prana moving throughout your body and get your energy moving, right? With this rhythmic breathing, that crown chakra, it'll activate. And when it activates, you see like this little vortex. It could be any color. It could be, at least mine is different colors. Okay. The most common color that I see now is between like this golden light and like it's not blue, but it's not the blue that we're common to. It's a form of blue, like a gold and like this form of blue, but I see all different kinds. All right. So let's just breathe. Rhythmic breathing. The thing is to become the breath. And when I say that, what do I mean by becoming the breath? It's all on what you're focused on. Okay. The thing about getting out of body is you have to develop the ability to shift your awareness to non-physical things. And the easiest non-physical thing to shift your awareness to is the breath. Think about that. It's non-physical, but you can focus on it because you can feel it. You can feel the coldness in your nostrils. You can feel the heat. when it leaves the body. You can feel it entering your vehicle. You can feel it leaving. Okay, so it's the easiest non-physical, tangible thing to focus on. Okay, and when you do this long enough, you'll develop your own rhythm. We all have our own rhythm of breathing. We all do. And if you want to know your rhythm of breathing, get you a digital recorder, and right before you go to bed, you know, put it right by your bedside and record yourself sleeping. You'll get your natural rhythm breathing. You'll actually hear how you breathe in the non-physical realms if you catch that your sleep cycles at the right time. You can take that rhythm that you're hearing and you can duplicate it. You can implement it by playing that recording over and over and over and over again until you get your rhythm. All right. That's the easiest way to learn how to rhythmic breathe is just record yourself. Record yourself with your cell phone and just play that in your car instead of the radio. Well, there's a blue vortex right now for me just talking. I got a blue vortex right in front of me. All right, so let's just breathe. And the easiest way to catch that rhythm is just until you can't take any more breath in. But right when you get to the end, open up and just in your diaphragm, open it up and get that last little bit and hold it. What's also good to do is to be verbal with your breathing. It doesn't really matter depending on what you're trying to accomplish, whether you're breathing in the nostrils or the mouth. Okay. Certain people do certain things different ways. We're all different. Okay. But actually hearing helps you to log on or tap in to the rhythm of the breathing. So it'll sound something like beautiful purple. And the last little bit is the diaphragm. You can hear the difference. Listen. Listen to the diaphragm open up. Just practice that. Just practice that breathing. Turn everything off. Get to your secret space and just practice your breathing for about 15 to 20 minutes. However long you can, hold your awareness there and just focus on the breath. Feel the coolness coming in. Feel the heat going out. Develop your rhythm and mix that in with the sun gaze and that sunset and sunset, and welcome to the journey. I love you guys. Peace and love. I'll catch you on the next live stream. Thank you so much for being here. You could be anywhere in the world today on the internet, and you were here with me sharing this energy. I love you guys. Peace.